Hail travelers, today's video will be a bit different. This one is a tribute to Festus. I want to apologize in advance as I do not have any editing skills, so this will be raw and unedited, but I think he would have liked it that way. Festus was one of my best friends and closest allies in the game and in real life, and I wanted to pay him my respect by showing our story together. There are so many other stories out there filled with so much love, laughter, and joy that he brought to everyone that crossed his path. This video is just barely touching the surface of how great he was and my interactions with this wonderful person. I had been a GM of a guild of would-be heroes called AOJ, the Avengers of Justice. We were a ragtag team of friends that tried to make Britannia a better place by taking in the crafters and farmers, befriending them, and trying to teach them the path of chivalry. Festus reached out to me as a referral from someone he had played on with other servers named Moonlily. He said he wanted to join our guild because Yo was kind of tough without someone to ask questions to and such. He said he was an aspiring crafter and was just getting started on the server chopping wood and gathering cloth. He said, I'm old in real life and have some UXO experience, but I suck at PvP. Well, what a perfect fit. We are all old and bad at PvP as well. So, things were rough on USA. We tried to run a shop that sold everything you could think of, but we couldn't get a foothold against the griefers there no matter how hard we tried. There was some drama on the server which I won't dig too deep into on this video, but long story short, we ended up moving on to greater and greener pastures, or so we thought. A handful of us went to Lost Lands and started trying to get established. Festus was an immediate leader in this situation. While I was at work, he was gathering supplies, hunting with guildies, marking rune books, and helping us all get set up for our new empire. It was great exploring the new farming opportunities with him. We had always had a quest to gather as much of the 1436 hue cloth as we could, AOJ's official green. Festus would spend countless hours and days searching for different NPCs that would be adorned with the hue and figure out ways to get their articles of clothing off so that one day we'd have enough to make some official guild outfits. We met many new friends on this server as well. Sugar, Sage Humboldt, Beavis, Bushwick Bill, Zell, Link, Taters, Freak Show, and some of our old friends started making characters there too. Trollocs, Serrano, Joshimitsu, Toon, Werther, Dr. Double D's, Wanker, Death, Shadow Jester, Stellar Wind. There are many more, and I'm sure I'm forgetting people. I'm sorry. We were getting established, and all of a sudden there was internal conflict between one of our new friends, Link, and a couple of guys that came over from USA, Nana and Yinzer. There was some divide and some drama happened. That's when the PvP years started.
About to get my first kill here.
That brought us to the MOA wars. Those guys branched off and started recruiting some of our old enemies, but this time we would not flee. Despite Festus' handicap, he had limited movement in one of his arms due to health reasons. He had beaten cancer 3 times. He was all in to help his friends, and amazing enough, he never let it break his composure. While I was in Discord, When I was in heated Discord and in-game battles with our enemies, making a fool of myself, Festus was able to choose a side and remain cordial and well respected by both sides, which is a huge feat. Everyone loved him. I cannot think of anyone who did not. He was so helpful to everyone, and Festus was great to PvP with. We never knew if we were going to get an E-Bolt or a greater heal. One of my fondest PvP memories were when we were fighting the Mosquito Horde on the Minotaur Island event. MOA had been defeated at this point, and now they had merged into PKU, which was an all-out PvPers against AOJ alliance. Me and Festus were fighting Zawuko, I think, and I called a 2-1 drop, and instead of dumping on the Mosquito, he dumped on me, and I ended up falling. He was so excited in voice, and I remember, and I wish I had recorded it, but he said, "We got him, Grofus, come get some of this loot," as he was gating out my loot alongside Zawuko, and he didn't even realize that he had killed me. That was great.
Oh shit, that hurt. Oh shit, that hurt real bad.
That's about how it went. Oh, man.
Got one.
Yep, you got me, buddy. Oh, the good times we had. It didn't matter if we won or lost. Fun was to be had. Another time we were fighting a big battle and Freak Show was with us. He said, "Guys, I got a gate. I got a gate." Dude gated my red to Scarab Ray. At this point, Festus was still blue, I think. But oh my gosh, I'm sorry. At this point, Festus was still blue, but I got guard whacked, and so did Santorum and whoever he was with. I think it was Saber. It was so funny, even though I died, it was a blast. Santorum was pissed, though. We laughed so hard we were crying. Things went on like that for a while, and then the PKU people started leaving. One of the old GMs made his own shard called T2AR, and the only reason I mention this is to display, no matter what Festus wanted to play with his friends, it was the latest and greatest shard, so we rolled up some characters and all played together for a while. We did the same thing on Siege, and in each of these places, Festus did the same thing alongside our same friend group, Bushwick, Beavis, Sage, Serrano, Zell, Kinslayer, Wanker, all working super hard, getting us set up and established. Anything anyone ever needed, he would do in his power to help any way he could, and always voiced up, ready to be a friend. We didn't play those places for too long, and ended up settling back down on Lost Lands and Second Age. We did Horrors and Town Invasions and farmed the new stuff that Zell had put into place during his time as GM, or stuff that Boomland was doing back on Second Age. It was not uncommon for Festus to accidentally purple the crap out of us at Horrors too. He wouldn't even know he was doing it until half of us were dead, but we loved it, every second of it.
Well, it's either that or blow you guys up.
Shit, Festus.
At the end of each horror, he would say something like, "Wow, I didn't know you could get 2 statuettes," or, "Oh, nice, I got a dye tub." In most cases, he was just jacking with us.
Oh, that was the...
We also had a side adventure and joined Skelepine and Bushwick on World of Warcraft with Sage and Beavis and Zell and Yoshimitsu and Sugar. That was not really his cup of tea, but he wanted to spend time with his friends, his family, so he rolled up a rogue and went at it. He would often get lost with Sugar, trying to find out how to complete a quest or how to navigate out of Stratholme, but I was proud of him. We got him up to max level, and we're doing raids before it got stale. He did have an almost nightly session with one of us, though, to go through his banks and bag and tell him if it was something he needed to keep or to throw away. It was shortly after that I decided to retire AOJ, or at least put a hold on it for a while. I felt that I needed to do some stuff in real life, and I didn't want to hold these guys back waiting on Grofy to log on. So I ended it, and Bushwick and Festus started up the Fat Old Men Guild. It was around. I was around from time to time, and Festus was the same nurturing, caring guy I always knew. Every single time there was a new player, he was there to help them along and provide whatever they needed to get going. He has touched so many lives in game and in real life. The stories he would tell us were hilarious, and was always cracking us up in voice. We used to play games all day on the weekends sometimes, and he would say, "Grofus, I gotta stand up. When you get old like me, your balls get rolled up like a fruit roll-up if you're sitting on them too long." and and sometimes we would be doing a TI, and he'd say, "I'll be right back. I gotta go check on the meat." And an hour or so would pass, and he would still be voiced up, but you could hear him snoring in the background. He also did a tour of the United States and visited as many guildies as he could. Me and Jace and Skelly had the honor to hang out with him in real life, and we got to meet his wife. And he was the same great person I knew and loved from the game. Now, I wanted to share a few pictures. We always had, and I lost a lot of my pictures, but we always had events where we'd go sailing. Hold on. Sorry. Need to put that up. There's Festus, his little NPC he has at his keep. But we'd always have different adventures. There was always something fun to do when we were together. It didn't matter what we were doing as long as we were together. Here we are doing a dungeon crawl on foot, wearing like regular leather armor and our green robes and capes, fighting Balrans. None of us are on horseback. And he was always there. He was at every event we did. This is a robe he made on T2AR whenever he beat cancer the third time. He was so happy that day. Another dungeon crawl. And he's at all these. There's a dead Bushwick Bill. But there he is right there. He didn't have a robe on, so it might have been one of the times he accidentally threw away his blessed robe. He did that a few times. Here's a Harwer that was at, looks like it was at Fire Temple. And there he is. He's in every single one of these. He's always at the bank, ready to play with whatever guild he would log on. There's Bushwick's vomit cape. We always made fun of him for. He was active at this fishing event. Another Harwer. Always there. Look at him throwing heels. Purple pots. This is when he'd catch a lot of us. Accidentally purple pot us to death. Here's him when we got our patio set up. He made all these bags and deadly poison, like all these weapons for us. He was always posting in beer and grilling. The best looking stuff you could ever imagine. Him and Roadkill fighting the Pixie event. PvP, it wasn't his forte, but he was there with us. There he is on Fat Baster. Here's the gang all outside a PKU house or MOA house. This is a time where an ogre or a skeleton or something got into his house because he was always bad with house security, and it broke all of his boxes. All of his stuff was just laying on the floor, poor guy. Here's him on World of Warcraft. This is like a quest spider, but he thought it was the coolest thing. He was so excited. Grofus, I found a world boss. I'm gonna need help. He's gonna kick my ass. Bless his heart. This is, I think this is the last TI he did. He made it to the top of the leaderboard. I wish I'd been there, buddy. We had a vigil for him. Lots of people showed up. timelines on these things may be different than what I described. My mind is old, and I'm just going off my memory. But Festus truly was a special person. Near and dear to all of our hearts, and it was an honor to have him in my life. He made such an impact on every life he touched. He has now entered into the next chapter on his journey, and we will all rejoin him one day. As I picture it, all of us AOJ sitting around a stone-crafted table or a fire pit sharing ale and tales of our glory days. As we relive our youth, I can hear Festus chuckling while manning the grill, making sure we're all happy fat old men and lady with the best barbecue the heavens ever tasted. And it was his honor, because that is who he was. He took care of us all. Festus, we love you, brother. Fare thee well, and until we meet again,